Why don't you tell us a little bit about FitFeast?
Ever thought of having Malai Kulfi and thought of protein at the same time? No, right? So this is essentially what we're trying to do. We're trying to build India's largest protein brand. We're trying to bring taste and health together and a good percentage of nutrients in every product that we are selling. I had a personal weight loss journey of about 20 kgs.
Wow.
When I entered college, I used to be a 85 to 90 kgs chubby kid. So if you've seen the pitch deck, we have a photo before after of me when I introduced myself.
I think that's the best testimonial for any brand, like the founder के results. Healthy snacks का market कितना है, उसके ऊपर से like protein snacks कितना है, जिस categories में तुम लोग काम कर रहे हो.
Talking specifically about India, right? The entire snacks market is valued at around 42,000 crore.
42,000 crores.
Yes.
पूरा snacks market.
Pura snacks market, which is roughly a $5 billion number.
Okay.
A fair assumption is around 20% of that is the healthy snacking market, right?
As of today, 1 billion का healthy snacks का market तो है. मतलब कुछ ऐसे number है कि कितने Indians होंगे जो protein deficient होते हैं?
Yeah. So approximately 3 in every 4 Indians are protein deficient, right? 75%.
My God. 75% of Indians are protein deficient.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So अभी क्या scale है business का?
Currently, we are doing 15 lakhs monthly gross revenue.
Wow.
FY23 we did around 1 crore. FY24 we'll be doing around 1.4 crore net.
Yeah.
And we are 100% bootstrapped and profitable.
Kudos to you, yaar. What do you think is your right to win, in the space? Other brands like the Whole Truths and all, right? So, what do you think about them? Today is a super exciting day for us at Accelerate. Today we are here with Aditya Poddar, founder and CEO of FitFeast. Aditya is one of the smartest and most driven founders we've met, and we are super excited to share that FitFeast is a part of the Accelerate Summer 24 cohort. Aditya, you're building an incredible brand. Thank you for being a part of the cohort, and thank you for trusting us as a partner in your growth journey. Super excited to have you here today.
Thanks, Karan. It's a pleasure to be here and pleasure to be part of the Accelerate S24 cohort. Look forward to scaling the brand with you, with your support and all of your mentorship. And it's really a pleasure to be here today.
Amazing, amazing. Yeah, so why don't you tell us a little bit about FitFeast? क्या बना रहे हो? Like, what's your vision? What does the brand do?
So, FitFeast basically crafts delicious protein snacking experiences. Have you ever thought of having Malai Kulfi and thought of protein at the same time? So this is essentially what we are trying to do. We are trying to take exciting flavors, good taste, and disrupt existing food categories with added protein, right? And trying to make the categories more functional and make the product such that multiple age categories can have it, whether they go to the gym, whether they do not go to the gym.
So essentially, I got like 3-4 things. So essentially, what do you mean by protein experiences?
Yeah.
Like, do you want to elaborate on that? So is it like snacks? Is it, is it like chips? Like what are the categories that you have?
Currently, we have products in 4 categories. We have peanut butters, we have shakes, we have chips, and we have protein bars. So what we essentially try to do is we try to take existing categories, we try to bring international gourmet flavors or traditional flavors based on the Indian palates.
तो या तो Indian flavors होंगे या फिर
international flavors होंगे for the most part. And then we try to really make it more of an experience and not make it more of a chore to have these products, right? Generally, if you have a protein bar, with most of the brands, you'll associate a dry taste in your throat, right? And that's why a lot of the people who do not go to them do not want to have protein bars, right? Because they don't want to have that taste. You get aftertaste with a lot of protein products due to the sweeteners used. So we're trying to eliminate all of the hassles associated with consuming these products and make it tastier, make it more exciting, something you look forward to, right? Like I'll go to the gym or I'll go for a run and then I'll have a Malai Kulfi protein shake, right? Or let's say I'm a mother, I have a 7-year-old kid. I want to care for his protein intake, so I'll give him a Malai Kulfi protein shake, right? So make it more exciting and especially caring that multiple people can have it and not just people who go to the gym.
Interesting. So basically, I think one very exciting thing about your business is you're trying to marry the holy grail in the food space, which is taste as well as health, right? Like protein and taste together. Very few brands that do it. And secondly, I think जैसे आज की market में, like if you look at the larger brands, as you said, कि protein is associated with people who work out. But तुम लोग बोल रहे हो कि we are building a brand not really for that TG, but for a TG which does not consume protein today, like mothers or kids or families, and making it accessible for them to try the products. Interesting. I think let's try the product. We'll get we try to taste the product and we'll get a sense of the brand that you're building.
Sure. Let's try the protein bar. This is the cookie butter flavor, cookie butter crunch actually.
Yeah.
So we launched this a few months back, 5-6 months back. Let me open this.
Amazing.
Yeah. So this basically has FOS, fructo-oligosaccharides as a sweetener. It's a natural sweetener also present in a lot of your fruits. It's present in banana. Does not have added refined sugar and 20 grams of protein per bar. So how do you like it honestly?
It's really amazing. Okay. It actually doesn't taste like a protein bar at all. Like it tastes like you're actually having a regular bar. Like it's almost like a chocolate. And it's a very interesting flavor. So like you mentioned the sweetener. Like can you explain what is it? Like is it like a chemical? Is it like a preservative? Is it like a natural sweetener?
So we use different sweeteners for different products, right? Depending on the category, depending on the composition. This specifically has something called FOS, fructo-oligosaccharides. It's a natural sweetener also present in a lot of your fruits. It's present in banana. So it's 100% natural. And it does not have the obviously the insulin spike associated with having refined sugar, and you can have this if you are trying to cut out on your sugar intake. Our products, we never say they are 100% clean label. They're relatively clean label. We try to maintain the best balance of health and taste, because we feel essentially if you want to have a healthy product regularly, taste should be the forefront, right? Because your customers will not repeat order, you will not look forward to having the product. So we try to integrate protein, make it relatively clean label, and then really making sure that the taste is up to the mark. And that's why we have Feast in the brand name, because we want every snack that you're having to be like a feast experience.
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely it was an experience, काफी tasty है.
Yeah.
So like why don't you tell us a little bit about your personal journey, personal background? क्यों शुरू किया ये brand? Like what inspired you to start up in this space?
So I am a computer science engineer. बोलते हैं ना इंडिया में engineering करते हैं पहले फिर decide करते हैं क्या करना है इसमें. So I graduated in computer science in 2020. So and traditionally I belong to a business family. So my father is an entrepreneur in a very different sector. He started an aviation services business 25 years back. Scaled pretty well. Wow. So it's like you can say it was in my blood. I wanted to do something of my own, but really did not really wanted to start from scratch, from ground zero, right? अपने mind से वो एक bug था, entrepreneurial bug कि कुछ idea को कुछ reality में convert करना है, right? So I was a fitness enthusiast in my college. I had a personal weight loss journey of about 20 kgs.
Wow.
Yeah. So I used to be...
This is like in college?
In college, yeah. So when I entered college, I used to be a 85 to 90 kgs chubby kid. So if you've seen the pitch deck, we have a photo before after of me when I introduced myself.
I think that's the best testimonial for any brand, like the founder ke results.
Yeah. So I sort of after I lost weight, I sort of became the go-to fitness guy. That किसी को भी कोई problem है workout में help चाहिए.
मतलब कहीं भी family में, like friend circle में, yeah, they'll come to you.
Like I made diet plans for so many of my friends, family and all of that.
Nice.
Like I was good with numbers, so I made a Excel workout tracker once and tried to sell it online. And tried to put like a bunch of formulas के इतना basal metabolic rate है, इतना आपको surplus में इतना खाना पड़ेगा, deficit में इतना खाना पड़ेगा. So you can enter like a couple of numbers and then it will give you a result. And give.
So at least directionally थोड़ा easy हो जाता है लोगों के लिए start करने के लिए.
Absolutely. And people really are focused on the point के diet दो. They really don't understand that diet is all about macros, right? So if you make sure that in every meal you're having a good percentage of protein, good percentage of healthy carbs, complex carbohydrates specifically, and healthy fats, unsaturated fats, then anyway you are following a good diet, right? It's not really essential to drill down कि आपको यही खाना है, आपको eggs ही खाने हैं, आपको chicken ही खाना है. You can mix and match as long as you're having a correct portion size and the correct nutrients, right? So this was an insight I had from my fitness journey that in India people do not have a good percentage of protein in every meal.
मतलब कुछ ऐसे number है कि कितने Indians होंगे जो protein deficient होते हैं?
So approximately 3 in every 4 Indians are protein deficient, right? 75%.
My God, 75% of Indians are protein deficient.
Absolutely. My God. My reaction was similar when I realized this.
And इसका एक रीजन तो यही है कि प्रोटीन इज नॉट एक्सेसिबल, राइट? लाइक आज जो जैसे प्रोटीन बेचा जाता है, इट्स आइदर सोल्ड टू पीपल हु आर ऑलरेडी कंज्यूमिंग प्रोटीन या फिर इट्स नॉट वेरी टेस्टी. सो लाइक दैट्स वन ऑफ द रीजंस.
Absolutely, and other thing is in India people do not consume non-vegetarian on a regular basis.
My diet is also very carb heavy, fats
It's
heavy.
carb heavy, and people do not consume non-vegetarian. Another thing is on the shelf also, whenever you go to buy anything in the retail store, right, you'll find options filled with namkeen, palm oil, right, breads, carbs, full of carbs, right? Generally, protein as a concept is not very penetrated in India, right? So that was the basic insight I had, and so post my BTech, I worked for a couple of years with AXA XL. It's a insurance company. I was handling analytics for them for a couple of years. And in 2021, post-COVID second wave, I thought it was a good opportunity to work upon this idea of integrating protein in day-to-day diet. So this was the basic concept, right? Just to introduce protein as a mainstream concept.
And yeah, I think post-COVID, generally like हम लोगों के consumption patterns भी change हुए हैं. Like we become more healthier, we become more conscious about what we eat. Generally health and wellness market में भी बहुत सारे tailwinds आए हैं. Right? So अगर आज हम बात करें इंडिया के healthy snacks के बारे में, like why don't you give us an overall scenario of the market? Healthy snacks का market कितना है? उसके ऊपर से like protein snacks कितना है? जिस categories में तुम लोग काम कर रहे हो?
Right. So talking specifically about India, right? The snacks market, not the healthy snacks, the entire snacks market is valued at around 42,000 crore.
42,000 crores?
Yes.
Pura snacks market?
Pura snacks market, which is roughly a $5 billion number. Okay. A fair assumption is around 20% of that is the healthy snacking market, right?
Achha.
Taking into account that people are becoming more sensitive towards their health and fitness, they have more discretionary income to spend towards these products.
So as of today, 1 billion का healthy snacks का market तो है?
Healthy snacks का market है 100%. So, and FitFeast as a brand is category agnostic. We are not looking to just be a peanut butter brand or a protein bar brand.
ये क्यों?
Two reasons. One, we want to integrate protein through multiple ways. Right? हमें चाहिए कि अगर आप सुबह ब्रेकफास्ट खा रहे हो उसमें आपको FitFeast का ऑप्शन मिले, शाम को आप स्नैक्स खा रहे हो उसमें FitFeast का ऑप्शन मिले. Right. Second is we want to really build a sustainable and a profitable brand. I believe when you have more categories to play with, your customer ticket size is higher, LTV is higher, right? You have more opportunities for cross sells, upsells.
मतलब तुम्हारा मिशन है कि तुम्हें like you don't want to build a bars का या peanut butter का brand. You want to build a brand which helps people increase their protein consumption in a tasty way, and that can happen across multiple categories.
Absolutely.
तो but scale करने में फिर मुश्किल नहीं होगा like as you add more categories like सबका supply chain different होगा, like having so many SKUs and all, like is that not a challenge that you foresee?
That will not be a challenge because we will have complementary products until a certain scale. For example, someone who has a peanut butter most probably also has a peanut protein bar, right? Similarly, someone who has a shake can also have chips as a protein snack.
So TG भी complementary है and product lines भी थोड़े complementary.
थोड़े से complementary बनाने हैं, ऐसे बिल्कुल night and day difference वाले products नहीं बनाने हैं.
Okay.
Right? कि एक North Pole fix South Pole, not like that. Something that complements, so that upsells and cross sells would also make more sense. Right.
Got it. So you were saying कि अपना इंडिया का जो healthy snacks का market है वो 1 billion का है, उसमें से जो categories में तुम लोग हो, let's say peanut butter, shakes, then the bars. These are 3 categories, right?
4.
And chips. So like what would be the size of these categories today?
So starting with peanut butter is around roughly a $95 million market as of 2022. So we can let's take the number as 100 million roughly. Whey protein is also around a $100 million market in India right now. Bars is smaller because of the lower ticket size. Bars is around a $3.94 million market. Right. And for protein chips, there is no distinctive number available because protein chips as a
category is very new.
Is not established. Yes. So if you look at the namkeen market in India and take a certain percentage of that, basis my calculation, protein chips would be somewhere around $300-400 million market, and really more of the healthy chips market. And then assuming that everyone who's going for healthy chips can go for protein chips as well, right? So if you cumulate all the 4 categories that we are in, that would be around roughly a $500 million dollar mark in India. And if you look at the Middle East market, which we want to go penetrate once we reach a certain scale in India, that's almost 2 to 3x of the Indian market, right?
Yeah, and if you look at a lot of trends also, you know, like in Indian snacking and Indian food, they come from the US and the Middle East after a few years, right? So like that is a good signal कि अगर market इतना बड़ा है वहाँ पे, तो you know, like India will also get there, you know, in the next few years as well. Right? Absolutely. And it's a considerable market. So आज की डेट में like if you're talking about a $500 million का market, so कौन से top brands होंगे? And like one thing that people say कि यार ये तो बहुत ही cluttered market है, बहुत सारे brands है, कैसे एक brand बनाओगे? Like so how do you kind of think about that?
I think I would absolutely agree it's a cluttered market, but I think if there is supply, there is demand increasing as well. So the demand supply arbitrage is being maintained. Right? The peanut butter category, for example, has been growing at about 14% CAGR from 2019 to 2024 in India only, right? So let's say if it's $100 million market in India today, around 14 million is getting added every year. So new people are getting introduced to the category. Someone is turning 17, 18, they are having more discretionary income to sell.
So तुम कह रहे हो कि market तो बढ़ी रही है,
100%.
right? Like 15-20% CAGR पे like market तो बढ़ी रही है from the existing market size. So that is one of the reasons कि even if there's a lot of players in the market, that still gives you an opportunity to build a larger brand.
Absolutely. And in terms of the bigger players, there is Muscle Blaze, there is Right Bite, there is The Whole Truth. There are a lot of brands in this category, but there is no bigger established brand that specifically solves the problem of protein deficiency and works towards protein snacks. Right? I'll give you an example. Muscle Blaze, Right Bite as a brand are more positioned towards
the gym goers, correct?
The bodybuilders and people who want to build abs, biceps, all of that stuff, right?
वो लोग तो वैसे ही consume कर ही रहे हैं protein, so like it's and Muscle Blaze created that category for them.
I'll give you a nice analogy. So someone who has Muscle Blaze, right? Their product is a replacement for, let's say, eggs or chicken. Our product is a replacement for something like a Nutella or something milk, like a Lay's chips or something like that. Right.
Got it. So Muscle Blaze का TG हो गया people who go to the gym.
Correct.
Then the other brands like the Whole Truths and all, right? So what do you think about them?
Whole Truth is a brand that does purely clean label snacks.
Got it.
Right.
So they're not a protein snacks brand. They're a clean label brand.
They're a clean label brand. Right. They do have protein categories like protein bars, nut butters, right?
Yeah. But the mission of the brand is very different.
Mission of the brand is different.
Like your mission is that we want to increase protein consumption in a tasty way. Their mission is that they want to build a completely clean label brand. और तुम लोग तो बोल भी रहे हो to make it accessible. Like it's not 100% clean label as of today as well. Our first goal is कि rather than making the best for you product, we make a good for you product and help you with the replacement of what you're having as of today, like your chips and chocolates, and उसमें से आप healthy snacking में आओ, and maybe then like there's a natural progression.
Absolutely.
And TG भी different है क्या? Like from Muscle Blaze के TG से तो completely समझ आता ही है, right? But you mentioned that you kind of sell your products to moms, kids, families, right?
As well, yeah.
So like, is that a bigger TG? Like that's what do you want to grow? Like I think they don't consume protein on a regular basis as of today, right?
Yes. So essentially, currently 40 to 50% of the customer base is Gen Z and early millennials, like 17 to.
कैसे define करते हैं Gen Z and early millennials को? Like what's age group?
I think anyone who is anywhere from 17 to 26, 27ish.
That's your current age group.
That's like the 50% of sales, like the biggest target market, right? Because these are the people who have some sort of affinity towards health or fitness. You know, even if they don't go to the gym, they understand the value of the product. They understand कि भाई protein bar खाएंगे 20 grams protein मिलेगा, उससे क्या value add होगा मेरी body को, मेरी health को, right? Second, I would say is the mothers and kids audience, right? 45 to 60ish early people who have turned parents, right? Have kids in the age range of 6 to 12ish years old. So
actually, they are also customers.
Yes, when we started building the brand, right, we were not set out to build for this audience. But once we sold the products, we ran ads without any targeting, right?
So organically
we started getting orders, and one very interesting thing that happened was on our WhatsApp API that we sent, right, people started sending out images of their kids having the product.
Interesting.
And someone said मेरा बेटा आर्यन white chocolate peanut butter खाता है, बहुत पसंद है, और flavors निकालो. Right. So we started seeing traction among this age group organically, which was very interesting. And then we realized the kind of products that we have can actually make more sense to this audience. Right. So 20-30% is the mothers and kids demographic. Right. And rest 20% is more of the corporate audience, like 30 to 45ish. Again, sort of sedentary lifestyle, may or may not go to the gym, but really looking for a convenient option to integrate protein into their diets.
Got it. And like, do you also like think that you can focus on one TG from this? Like, so you told me 3 TGs. One is obviously the kids, like who love the peanut butters and all. Then there's the 17 to 27-year audience, which is like a majority of customers. And then there's a new audience set of parents and all, like, or who have a sedentary lifestyle. So ऐसा भी सोचा है कि like going forward, like eventually one TG पे ज़्यादा focus रहेगा and you'll try to scale that first?
See, our biggest TG would always be the Gen Z and millennials, right? but the other two would always complement the TG.
Yeah.
And I think people say you cannot build a brand for multiple TGs. You really have to drill down on one TG and then sort of scale it vertically instead of going horizontally. I believe the other strategy can also work if your product allows for that. Right? The kind of products we have, they can be enjoyed by kids, they can be enjoyed by youngsters also.
Yeah.
Right. So I think the product is versatile in that ways.
Yeah.
So we'll be able to really focus on this TG and have the other two age groups as complementary.
Yeah.
And another interesting fact about the TGs in terms of the location demographic also, right? Our 40% orders are coming from tier 2, tier 3.
Achha,
and 60% are coming from metros, tier 1. So it's quite sporadic in that ways, and that's actually a good thing because we are seeing good LTVs, good ROASes in tier 2, tier 3 also. So eventually when we want to build a bigger brand, let's say I want to reach 10 lakh families in India, I can reach out to tier 2, tier 3 also and not just metros. So I know my product is getting traction in multiple cities.
Got it. Yeah, so abhi kya scale hai business ka?
Currently we are doing 15 lakhs monthly gross revenue.
Wow.
FY22 we did, FY23 was the first full FY23 we did around 1 crore. FY24 we'll be doing around 1.4 crore net.
Yeah.
And we are 100% bootstrapped and profitable.
Kudos to you, yaar. I mean, obviously, like you're part of the Accelerate cohort, but like very impressive at such a young age to build such a business, and build it profitably and sustainably. I think that's super important. So, वैसे like if you have to break down the numbers, like what would be the channel wise split, कहाँ से अभी revenues आ रहे हैं, and also talk to us about your margins, about your CAC and everything.
So in terms of channels, the biggest strength of the business, 70% is D2C actually. So 70% sales are coming from our own website. Then 30%.
And what's the reason? Like you guys are like good at marketing, you have a storytelling. Like what do you think people come to your website?
So my personal background is in analytics, right? So I am sort of
you're a left brain guy. Like who's good at performance marketing.
Yeah, pretty decent at performance marketing.
Yeah.
So we have never outsourced our ads and performance marketing.
Yeah,
we're doing it in-house.
And that's like लोग बोलते हैं कि commoditize हो गया तुम agency कर सकते हो, but I feel that is a very very good skill set to have. If you have a growth hacking mindset, and you can actually scale, use these platforms to scale. Right.
You mentioned growth hacks, right? So we have done so many A/B testing on the website. People generally think A/B testing करके क्या करोगे?
Correct.
पैसा waste होगा.
Yeah.
We have tested something as small as changing the color of the buy now button on the product page.
Wow.
Making multiple product pages for multiple age categories. For mothers and kids, we have a different LP. Right. For Gen Z, we have a different
LP. Landing page.
Landing page. Yes. And then trying to introduce something like a countdown timer, doing a bunch of things.
Like going out of stock.
Yeah. So we have tried to do like a bunch of A/B tests, and that's why currently our return on ad spends on Meta is around 4.5 to 5.
Wow.
On a blended level.
Yeah.
Right.
That's commendable. कितना AOV है?
AOV is around 850.
हाँ, और product का like price क्या होगा? Like one SKU का price?
So in any average order, on an average we are selling 2.8 units of peanut butter. Peanut butter is 359 MRP.
Okay.
So post discount we sell it for 250 and 2.8 units of that on average. In per order.
यार it's commendable कि तुम लोग एक 4 to 5x का ROS लेके आ रहे हो on an AOV of 800 rupees. Right? In like what people say is a very cluttered market of health, wellness. Like I think a lot of marketers would need to have sessions with you to understand भाई ये कैसे कर रहे हो. But so super interesting. So you were saying 70% is D2C.
बाकी Amazon, Flipkart, Cred and a bit of very small portion offline.
अच्छा, Amazon, Flipkart, Cred पे भी you guys have listed?
Yes. Cred पे we've done a couple of deal of the day slots also.
Okay.
So when we do that, we get like 1,000 orders in a day, but that's like once in a quarter.
1,000 orders in a day?
Yes.
Whenever they run that deal of the day?
Whenever they run that deal, but that's like you have to put some marketing spend behind it also.
Got it. And Amazon, Flipkart कितना होगा अभी?
Amazon is around 15%
of the overall,
overall revenue. So we are doing out of the 15 lakhs, around 2-3 lakhs is Amazon.
Got it. और वो scale कर रहा है?
Scale कर रहा है, and we are not putting any marketing spend behind it. The ad spend on Amazon is less than 10K per month. So Amazon is giving us organic sales because obviously when we run ads on Meta, people search for the brand keyword on Amazon, right?
Yeah. And यार actually like their channels, right? So जैसे जो Facebook ads है as a channel थोड़ा non-compounding है. Like the more you will scale, the higher you will spend. तो eventually you will start seeing कि ROAS थोड़ा कम हो रहा है. Versus Amazon marketplace हो गया या फिर SEO हो गया, brand building, those are channels which are compounding. Like the more you will grow, the more eventually better returns you will get, right? So like these are channels which take time to scale, but like the more you will scale, and I think Amazon is the closest to a offline experience that you can get for your brand, right? So like if your product is winning in a fair price marketplace, right? Like then also there's a potential for the brand to do well even offline when you eventually go there, right? So I think like how your Amazon scales, I think is kind of super important for the brand growth over the next few months.
Absolutely.
And इसमें अभी like what will be the repeat rates, retention rates? Like have you guys been tracking that?
Yes, absolutely. So our quarter to quarter retention cohort is around 30%. I just say quarter because on an average, let's say if I'm buying 3 peanut butters, so it will take me around 2-3 months to consume that. Right? And if I'm buying a protein shake, that will again take 1.5 months. So quarter to quarter is like the fair metric here.
और वैसे ये भी बता दो कि मंथली कितना रेवेन्यू रिपीट कस्टमर से आते हैं?
हाँ, so monthly on an absolute basis, let's say if I'm doing 10 lakh in a month, approximately 2.5 lakh would be from repeat
25% मतलब रिपीट कस्टमर से आते हैं मंथली, and quarter to quarter retention is about 30%.
Correct, and it's increasing month on month, the repeat rates also, because as we're launching new SKUs, so 1 year back it was like 10-15%, this year it's 25-ish%.
कितने SKUs हैं अभी?
अभी we have 10 SKUs.
Okay,
right,
got it. Yeah, so like वन थिंग अगेन हमने डिस्कस किया था कि हमने लार्जर ब्रांड्स के बारे में तो डिस्कस कर रहा था, बट बिकॉज शायद इस मार्केट में एंटर करना थोड़ा इजी है, राइट? लाइक यू कैन वर्क विद मैन्युफैक्चरर्स, यू कैन काइंड ऑफ get products developed fast. So there are hundreds of brands in this space, right? And I'm sure like you have been running a bootstrap brand, तुम भी इन्वेस्टर से बात करते हो, शायद ये फीडबैक आता होगा, right? So what do you think is your right to win, in this space? And you answer this, and I'll tell you later that why did we kind of feel very confident we wanted to have you as part of the cohort. Why did we feel that you have a right in this space? So I'll answer that, but first I'd like to listen from you as well.
Correct. So I believe if you look at D2C businesses fundamentally, the product is easily replicable. Right? You look at any brand, you look at a lot of the coffee brands, right? You can go to a manufacturer, get a Sleepy Owl coffee made, get a Rage coffee made, right? But you cannot do branding like them. You cannot do distribution like that. So I believe our moat here is the way we are able to execute this business, right? And the way we are able to execute it in a frugal manner. Currently, we have invested only 30-ish lakhs total capital and generated a inception to date revenue of 2 crore plus net. Right, so the capital efficiency is good. We have turned operationally profitable in the first year. So I believe the execution capabilities with a deep understanding of who the customer is, who we are building the brand for, what will the brand mean 5 years down the line is the real moat. Because even if, let's say, I were to build a very, very proprietary recipe, the nature of food business is such that it can be copied, right? No matter what I build. Correct. But the branding cannot be copied. Let's say if hypothetically Dabur were to launch a peanut butter or a something of product similar to FitFeast tomorrow, right? People will not go on their website and purchase because that the brand has a very different persona in the customer's mind. So building that strong brand persona in the customer's mind is what I feel is our moat.
From my perspective, I think like people, investors talk about moat, but they I think they miss on one point, which is the founder perseverance and founder resilience. Ki like what is your drive to build a very, very large company, and I think we are now speaking for this, we've spoken multiple times, we have multiple calls. I think I'm very I'm not shy to say, but I think you're one of the most driven and perseverant founders I have ever met, right? So essentially, obviously, like there is no clear path to build a 100 crore company. Like you will see, like जैसे माउंट एवरेस्ट से पहुंचना होता है तो ऐसा नहीं होता है कि तुम सीधा माउंट एवरेस्ट से पहुंच जाते हो, तुम बेस कैंप 1, 2, 3 ऐसे जाते हो, right? So I know that obviously you'll have your own journey, but like if there's one founder I have to bet my money on, right? I feel who can build a large business, I would say it's you. So I think for us, like the biggest right to win was the founder mentality, the founder perseverance, and I think I saw that in you, and that's why like we like really are very confident and very बाकी सब कुछ तो है, like obviously like product बहुत differentiated है, like you are saying कि हमें एक healthy product बनाना है but along with taste, right? So that's the holy grail. You are opening the product to new TGs which don't consume that product, तो वो सब कुछ तो है, like frugally कर रहे हो, sustainably कर रहे हो, profitably कर रहे हो, you're good at growth hacking. But I think like that was one of the biggest reasons like founder perseverance, which, you know, like because of which we are very confident that, you know, like, this is going to be a very, very large company.
Right.
And Aditya, like, abhi, like, over the next 2 to 3 years, like, how do you see the business growing? Like, last 2 saal mein, like, you started out, did 1 crore revenue last year, about 1.5 crores this year, right? So again, growing at 40-50% year on year. So abhi, like, what is your plan over the next 2 to 3 years? Where do you see the business going?
So I feel from where we are currently at, around a 15 lakh monthly revenue, to reaching a 1 crore monthly revenue can be done in the next 12 months post we close this raise. And only with the current product portfolio and the current distribution channels that we have, which is D2C, Amazon, Flipkart and Cred.
So matlab, or abhi, like, you're not focusing more on channels, you're focusing going deeper in these
till 1 crore monthly revenue, because we haven't penetrated these channels, right? We can easily do 20-30 lakhs on Amazon if you're able to properly do PPC there and improve the listings, improve the branding, doing a bit of SEO and right. So there's a lot of stuff that needs to be done, and once we are able to reach 1 crore monthly revenue, right, while keeping the burn very, very minimal, then we'll start looking at expanding into offline. So for offline, we have built a very we thought of a very specific strategy wherein we leverage data, leverage pin codes which are giving us higher LTVs, and start with B2B tie-ups there, Horeca there. Right? Not just keep the product on shelves, because I feel that's a very bad way and a cash burning way to go about it.
No, yeah, it's very smart. I mean, like, you have a lot of data of your consumers. कहाँ से खरीद रहे हैं, कौन पिन कोड से खरीद रहा है, उन्हीं पिन कोड से पहले लॉन्च करो, उन्हीं consumers को बोलो now we are kind of available in your favorite stores as well, and वहाँ से like demand build करना शुरू करो.
Absolutely. And another way we have thought of it is integrating the product and having multiple touch points with the customer. So for example, if you're, let's say, collaborating with a cafe, getting a FitFeast peanut butter sandwich in their menu instead of just keeping the product on the shelf, right? And probably having a QR there. We have done this experiment at with one of our colleges, right? Keeping a QR there, and if the customer likes a sandwich, then probably order the peanut butter and try to make it at home, something like that.
And I think one of the very smart things that you guys do, like, which I actually saw today, is, you know, so like मुझे लगता है कि for a consumer brand, right, like driving trials is the most important thing, because that's how you can scale, right? So, you know, like तुम्हारे regular products तो हैं, but you have this sample pack with a UTM of scan to order, right? So like people can try it at any touch point and then essentially go on the website or on Amazon and order. I think so that's, like, again, you know, a very, very good growth hack for people to try the product and then essentially also, you know, become a customer and purchase it. So I think like this kind of a trial experience, even in an offline kind of a store format, could actually work quite well.
Correct. So I'll tell you the way I think about it, right? So let's say if I'm paying 250 rupees to acquire a customer from Meta, the sample cost me 15 rupees. If the product is good enough,
and it will convert the customer.
Bare minimum 10 में से एक तो खरीदेगा,
correct.
So if I'm getting a 10% conversion, that's a 150 rupees CAC.
Correct.
That's still lower than
40% lower than what your existing is. Very smart. No, that's amazing. So you're saying that in the next 12 months, go to about a 1 crore per month run rate, do a little bit of a raise, and essentially focus more on these channels and focus more on distribution on these channels. उसके बाद फिर क्या plan है?
उसके बाद we want to scale up to 100 crore ARR, and when that happens,
in the next 3 to 5 years.
Next 2 to 3 years. And keeping a 30 to 40% sales coming from offline and 50 to 60% from online. So having more of an equal split rather than what it is currently is.
Got it.
Right. And I think in this category specifically, that's very, very achievable. And we'll be, post we cross the 12 crore ARR, we'll be adding multiple categories, multiple channels. And drilling down.
I think this is a very exciting space. Like 4,000 crore ki market hai. And I think you can count on your fingertips the number of 100 crore plus brands, right? So again, I mean, like, people have got into this company in this space, but have not actually focused a lot on distribution, on brand building, you know, on actually acquiring a lot of customers, on you know, and I think I have not gone deeper, right? So like, I think there's a massive scope to build like a 100 crore revenue brand in the next 3 to 4 years, you know, by just like focusing on these channels and you know, like really focusing on the distribution.
Absolutely. And the market is only going to grow, right? Customer is always getting more conscious. Correct.
यार हम लोग like India में बात करते हैं, like the middle class is growing, right? We have 880 million internet shoppers. इसमें से e-commerce shoppers is only 60 million, right?
Correct.
So and so ये 60 million का number grow होगा, right? Like tier 2 और tier 3 से तुम्हारे वैसे orders आ रहे हैं. They are becoming more aspirational. They want to know what they're eating. They want to try different experiences, right? So like over the next 5 to 10 years, health and wellness as a market, like is definitely going to grow. Like people are becoming more conscious. So I think definitely you're in the right space, and if you can build a very good loyal customer base today, right? I think that's that kind of bodes well, as you scale.
Absolutely. I think that's essentially what we're trying to do, right? Because we know we are in the correct market.
Yeah.
We know the market is only going to grow.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of positioning the brand correctly to those correct set of customers.
Yeah.
And then growing the brand month on month and year on year.
Yeah, interesting. So let's do one thing. We have a segment where we ask every founder to pitch their business in 60 seconds.
Okay.
Right. So so you have to pitch FitFeast to us in 60 seconds. कि क्या vision है, कितना बड़ा company बनाना है, right? Like whatever you want to communicate, right? So tell us about your business in 60 seconds.
Sure. So ever thought of having Malai Kulfi and thought of protein at the same time? No, right? So this is essentially what we're trying to do. We're trying to build India's largest protein brand. We're trying to bring taste and health together and a good percentage of nutrients in every product that we are selling. Currently, we are into 4 categories: peanut butters, bars, chips, and shakes. All the categories have either international gourmet flavors or traditional Indian flavors and are suitable for multiple age groups. So if you have a 7-year-old kid, he can have your products. You can finally get rid of the unhealthy spreads that you're having and have these products. We're trying to reach 10 lakh families in the next 2 to 3 years and have multiple touch points with the customer. Currently, you can order our products online through multiple platforms and our own website and get it delivered on your doorstep.
Amazing. Thank you, Aditya, for this really amazing chat. I can't let you go, without your feedback on the Accelerate cohort and the program. Obviously, it's very early days, but like what's been your experience? Like, what would be your message be to the other founders as well?
I think it's been a month or so, right? And it's been super helpful. Like learning from veterans like yourself, Apoorv, Tarun, Jitendra, who have been there and done that a couple of times is obviously super helpful. And also, when you're a founder, and especially when you're a solo founder, you feel very alone in the journey sometimes because there is no template that you can follow, right?
Correct.
You can do in a corporate job.
Correct.
So having someone back you and you knowing that they're believing in you is super helpful.
Yeah.
And all the connects, all the events that you guys tell us to attend.
Yeah.
I think if you're lucky and if serendipity kicks in, you might meet the next big investor there only.
Correct.
Right.
So. I really believe in the power of serendipity because I've like some of the most valuable relationships I've had have come through that, and sometimes opportunities all around us. You just have to be there and you just have to listen.
Absolutely. So I think that's the value add of going to events and meeting multiple people. But otherwise, Accelerate as a whole so far has been super helpful. And I look forward to scaling the brand with you guys.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Aditya, for your time today, for your chat. Thank you so much for trusting us to be a part of your journey. We can't wait to be like a long-term partner in your journey and actually help you build a 100 crore brand in the next 3 to 5 years.
Absolutely, Karan. Thanks a lot. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you.
And I look forward to building the brand with you.
Thank you.